The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, Dobbs being chased out left and incomplete to open things up.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now Dobbs rolling to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Muscles him off. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. And Boyd has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Fields buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Flush to his right. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Detroit!
To throw on second down. Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Fields. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And they begin the drive with a dueling. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking...
It got his man complete. Past the 20. 10. 5. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 72 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So here come the Lions now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. Had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Dobbs on the move to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And that is incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. A nice little juke. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past mid. field before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Fields airing this one out for Evans. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Abdullah. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Dancing to his left, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's Dobbs to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They run. Abdullah. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. This is Abdullah. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Fields. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, we got three. Gun! Gun! Gun!
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Mike 5-9. You ain't got nothing.
To throw again, Fields. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Off play action. Fields. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will close the gap down to 14. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So out now come the Lions. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
First catch there for Evans. Good enough for a 1st down. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Dobbs is throwing. He's going to sling this and got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 50 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Dobbs now on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They give him a gain of 37. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't it? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to throw. Fields. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Sean Robinson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gold is able to put it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Here's Dobbs to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. To throw is Dobbs. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The second down run for Abdullah. And now running right through it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to throw Dobbs. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now Dobbs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Abdullah lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Room here to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Room to run inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
On play action, it's Dobbs. Flushed out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On play action, they'll throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Levante David able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. The Lions on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. He'll look to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back and throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Steps away to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Follow taking the penalty. Abdullah. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go with Abdullah again. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 2nd down, Dobbs. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing here, Dobbs buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Joshua Dobbs with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Fields escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Tampa. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now Dobbs. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A dump underneath to Jones. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Fields forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting here.
0.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Again, it's Abdullah. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now he'll, wide open, complete. A gain of 39 that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Abdullah. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
This is Abdullah, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the...
And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Lions, the win means they'll finish the 1st half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll return home next.